Article 343 to 351 mandates that only Hindi should be promoted.
Only Hindi?
Isn't that cassette?
It's in the central
That kind
government.
of thing really gets people, riled up, because you don't mean it well at all. You're just nasty. But, we fought and, basically we got that thing removed. Somebody said, you act in Hindi movies. Why? How are you doing that? There is no logic to this. I'm saying I would do the same thing if I was in Bombay for Marathi, if they ask for it. If you having made the linguistic states, to say the linguistic identity should not be so strong is irrational. It is always going to be there. If anything, it's going to get worse, because what technology will do is that it will enable local languages which were not enabled till now. In the last 20 years, Kannada has risen and Kannada speaking has become a lot more because of what technology is giving. Bhashini is there, a new app. It is really smart. Nobody will learn other languages in the future. That will be the sad thing. When that happens, when machines take over with this thing. So I think the language identity will never go away. Unless you have some upheaval and you split India to 100 states, which is a very good idea, I think.
So are you saying this fault line will start getting deeper and deeper?
It's not a fault line. You'll be forced to learn Kannada. See, I will tell you, the slogan in Bihar today, which has been there for some time now, is, for Bihar first, Bihari first, okay? That's the slogan they've made now. Okay. See, Siddaramaiah has been saying from the last 10 years, he's never implemented it. He said 70% of the job should be reserved for Kannadigas, he's saying. I'm suggesting something simpler.
How can that be? Tell me. I mean, we all know almost all the jobs today are being created by the private sector, right? Are you enforcing this for the private sector?
Kannada people are very admiring of Tamil people. Okay? For sure in Tamil Nadu, more than 70% of the people employed will be Tamilians. For sure.
Ravi, do you have a view on this?
So, on this, as a personal stance, I'm not for reservation as the affirmative action, that because you speak the language, you must hire the person. I'm not for that. But I definitely have no problems that when you say that when you call a whole set of people, etc., that companies must ensure that in the pool that they're considering, so much should be Kannada speaking or locals. I'm for that. And if they're good enough, it really doesn't matter. But in the pool, you make sure that they're not excluded while you're looking at it. I hope you get the difference. So I'm not in favor of that end saying that so much must speak, but I am in favor at a stage earlier that the pool must make sure that nobody gets left out because of their linguistic or their English is not good enough.
I have a contrarian view than vis-a-vis Prakash. Okay, this is on the linguistic identity getting stronger and stronger, right? I mean, if I look at this city right now, and by some estimate, 60 to 70% of the residents are outsiders, right? Who are non-Kannadiga.
That is if you include the Andhra, Tamilians, etc. Yes.
Correct. Who don't know the language. Or
may know the language, but Andhra people will speak.
Yeah. Now, increasingly, you will, because of this massive influx of migrant workers, right? And migrants of all kinds. Some people are coming for 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. Knowledge of language, I don't know how much it's possible to assimilate. One should be respectful of the past. But going forward, all the global cities that you see are immigrant cities, right? I mean, look at London, look at Silicon Valley. For stories like this, keep following us. From Code to Culture, our podcast. Subscribe to our channel, follow us on social media.